Hello. Right. Today we will be looking at a very old watch. Not very old, but what I'd probably call vintage. It's an old Casio diver. It's called the Casio MD-703 1AV. This watch has a special place in my heart. It was given to me by my mother when I was 16 years old on a plane on the way to Mauritius, where I was to do my first dive ever. We were sitting in the plane and looking through these magazines on board, flight magazines of what you can buy, perfume and so on, sunglasses, and lo and behold, you could buy one of these, and I instantly fell in love with it. My mother, being the sweet mother that she was, she's unfortunately dead now, but she bought it for me. And I remember being so proud, coming down to visit the dive shop, dive school in Mauritius, and wearing this watch. Nobody noticed, of course, but you know, in my young mind, this was a hero watch. Anyway, that's 27 years ago, and I still have it. It's awesome. Now this watch, let's have some technical specifications. Okay, it's a Casio diver. It's titanium ion plated. It's got the screw locked crown, mineral glass. It's water resistant 200 meters. The size of the case, diameter 48 millimeters, 49 millimeters at the largest point, and the lug width is 22 millimeters. The thickness 12.5 millimeters. So for the time, it was a rather large watch. Now these watches are pretty rare, are rather hard to find, and you'll notice that this one has a strike right there at the 12 o'clock, and that really bugs the hell out of me. But you know, there it is. I hit something and it just broke right through the bezel. Otherwise, it's in pretty good nick. At one point, now this is rather important. At one point, 27-year-old watches, they're not going to work forever, and the module in this one died. Now I found out by going online and that the module in this watch is called the 394 quartz module. Now Casio actually have a lot of watches with that exact module in it, and a lot of them are still available now. So what I did was I went out and I simply bought a cheap watch with the same module and switched it over, and it worked perfectly. So anybody out there who wants to buy one of these or finds one online, because they do surface sometimes on eBay, and some of them are not running, so don't be scared of that, because you can always get the cheap 394 quartz module and swap it over. It's not that hard a job. I did it myself. Otherwise, you could get a watchmaker to do it for not a lot of money. And I paid the equivalent of £40 for the donator watch. I forget the name of the watch. It was just some cheap plastic thing from Casio, but it had the same movement in it. And whoopsie, my watch was up and running again. So that was pretty awesome. Now I'm looking for a replacement bezel for this because now that strike just bugs the hell out of me. My problem is when these do come for sale. I've just bought another one, same exact as this one, but probably just a bit nicer. Now it's probably going to come with the postman tomorrow. Now the thing is, when these do show up, either they're totally trashed, or they're really, really nice. Now I couldn't dream of taking the bezel from the watch that I bought, which might come tomorrow, because that would ruin a perfectly good MD-703. So I'm just keeping an eye out for a non-worker donator watch where the bezel is nice, and then I'll grab it up and I'll switch this out. Okay, why do I like this watch so much? Apart from the fact that you know, my mother gave it to me, and that my very impressionable young mind saw this watch as one of my first dive, or my first real watch. I just think it has an awesome look to it. You know, we all know how Seikos and other watch brands do their shrouded diver thing with the sort of the shrouds around the outside of it. It's just, for me, an interesting thing, the way they've done this four-pointed shroud thing. And then I think it looks cool. It looks really awesome. Now, this is from the early 90s, and around the same time, Casio did make some other really cool dive watches. In the same family as this. There's one also with a white face, and one with a gold bezel, goes around there. And then you have other shrouded Casio divers, also in titanium, and you know, and they're really cool. If you try and Google vintage Casio divers, you'll see some pictures of the other ones too. And it's really a shame that Casio stopped making these, because in my opinion they're really awesome. And they should have also made some with an automatic movement. That would have been, I mean, you know, cool. But I suppose Casio thought, well, our G-Shock line is, you know, is taking off, and Seiko really has a good hold on the dive market. So we're going to just, you know, throw in the towel and do what we do good at best, and make G-Shocks and Edifice and whatever the others are called. I think that's the thing. Anyway, what can I say about this other than I just wanted to show you guys this, and I hope that that you enjoyed watching this. Let's see if the focus for a minute. This phone. It's just a very cool watch, and I'm really hoping that that I can get one with a white face also. If anybody out there has one of these with a white face, or the one with a gold bezel, and wants to sell it, please contact me. I would love to buy it off you for a reasonable price, of course. So don't get any funny ideas. But yeah, contact me if you've got one of these with the white face for sale. That'd be great. Anyway, thanks very much for looking, and I hope that you've enjoyed having a wee look at this vintage Casio MD-703 1AV dive watch from back in the good old days. Thanks very much, guys. Bye-bye.